What's the point of raising a son? For him, we left our hometown, gave up a stable retirement life, and helped take care of his child for 8 years. In the end, not only have we spent all our retirement savings, but now we've also been sent back to our hometown. What are we supposed to do from here on out? What hurts me even more is that our son is such a henpecked husband. He just watched us get kicked out and didn't even stand up for us.
Wang Yi and her husband have one son, Xiaogang. He married a city girl, which delighted Aunt Wang. When their daughter-in-law became pregnant, Aunt Wang was asked to care for Hua Hua. "Mom, when Xiaogang and I are home on weekends, please stay in your room and not disturb us." He also found an only daughter in the city as his daughter-in-law. Aunt Wang was very happy and thought her son Xiaogang had a promising future. Later, when Xiaogang asked to buy a wedding house in the city, Aunt Wang and her husband almost emptied all their savings to reluctantly help them pay a down payment. They even borrowed money from relatives for the wedding. When their daughter-in-law got pregnant, Aunt Wang, who had just retired, was called by Xiaogang to care for Hua Hua. However, Hua Hua not only showed no gratitude, but also complained the food wasn't tasty and the clothes weren't clean. "Mom, when we're home on weekends, please stay in your room and don't disturb us together." Despite Hua Hua's resistance and disdain, Wang Yi endured for her son and unborn grandson. After Hua Hua gave birth, Aunt Wang took over caring for him. Despite Hua Hua's resistance to Wang Yi, she tolerated it for her son and unborn grandson. After the birth, Aunt Wang took over childcare, feeling sorry for Xiaogang's long work hours. Wang Yi covered household expenses, but her pension wasn't enough, so old Guo contributed his pension too. Their selfless support improved Xiaogang and Hua Hua's lives, though the couple never spent on the household. After old Guo's retirement, he helped with childcare, allowing Wang Yi and him to enjoy some retirement life. It was because of their selfless efforts that Xiaogang and Hua Hua's lives gradually improved. But because they were used to Wang Yi's subsidies, they never spent a penny on their children and home. Later, after Lao Guo retired, he also came to take care of the children with Wang Yi.
If we go to Deng Sunzi's school and learn how to laugh, we can enjoy our old age.
During the day, we would stroll around nearby parks and attractions. And in the evenings, we would join the other seniors in the community for some square dancing. But just as Wang Yi was dreaming of a happy future, Hua Hua was discussing with Xiaogang about sending them back to their hometown.
Xiaogang's son is in elementary school now, so he doesn't need anyone to pick you up. So let your parents go back to their hometown to live out their retirement.
Take good care of your health. I also want to bring my parents over to stay with us. They're getting older, and it's not convenient for them to stay in the hometown. After hearing Hua Hua's words, Xiaogang felt torn. He didn't want to hurt his parents' feelings, but he also didn't want to go against Hua Hua. In the end, after weighing the pros and cons, he decided to talk to Wang Yi and her husband, suggesting they go back to their hometown for a while to enjoy some peace and relaxation. But when he mentioned that after they left, he would bring Hua Hua's parents over, Aunt Wang's heart sank.
Aunt Wang's heart sank. She felt wronged and confronted Hua Hua, saying, "We've taken care of our grandson for 8 years, putting in effort and money. Even if we haven't achieved anything, we've endured hardships. How can you send us away like that?" But Hua Hua replied, "The child carries your son's surname, so it's natural for the grandparents to take care of their grandson, and it's also right for me to take care of my parents." Her words made Aunt Wang burst into tears. She looked at Xiaogang, hoping her son would help her, but Wang Yi's gaze shifted from hope to despair.
Wang Yi burst into tears immediately. He looked at Xiaogang, helplessly, hoping his son could speak for him. But Wang Yi's eyes changed from hope to despair. "I never heard any support from my son and felt completely heartbroken. Then, I unwillingly left Xiaogang's with old Guo. We spent our savings on them, only to be kicked out. Recently, Hua Hua asked us to buy a house and help with a second home down payment. Luckily, I didn't agree. Otherwise, we'd be homeless. As parents, we sometimes need to be selfish. Raising kids is meant to secure old age, but often it doesn't. Fortunately, I was smart enough not to agree. Otherwise, both of us would be homeless right now. Sometimes as parents, we need to be a little selfish and think more about ourselves. Although raising children is supposed to secure our old age, in many cases, it doesn't guarantee that at all.